Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Delores Schlosser, who's the Marion County School Superintendent. But today, we're doing another hat for you, right? We're in Nelson County. We just had the Bardstown-Nelson County Chamber of Commerce luncheon. It was a kickoff for the Tri-County United Way campaign, and this year you're the chairperson for the campaign.
I am, Gary. Very honored.
So the Tri-County United Way serves Marion County, Washington County, and Nelson County. And as chairperson, what are your responsibilities?
Well, really, I'm just the spokesman. I just want to be an advocate for the program. Obviously, some lunchtime activities, maybe some evening activities, and it's just a way for me to get out and promote the program because it is such a vital part of making sure that these three communities come together and help the community.
And as we said, it used to be for just Nelson County, but a couple years ago it expanded to serve all three counties. And right now for this campaign that they're kicking off, this is like the big push to raise money that goes to United Way, which then is dispersed to organizations throughout our Tri-County area, right?
And if you look at the information, you can see that the disbursements range anywhere from elderly to young to food to Girls on the Run. There's just all kinds of programs that they support. And, you know, with a donation, you can earmark that for certain programs if there's something you're really passionate about, or you can give that to the United Way. But the board of the directors do a fantastic job of looking at the needs, but I will say there's always more needs than there are money, so that's why it's so important for everyone to support that. And I would just encourage folks, every little bit counts. It doesn't have, a lot of times you hear donation, you think I don't have the money, but you know, even if it's just a couple dollars a month, that adds up.
Absolutely. And of course, the big thing that they do is payroll deduction. So if there's any business out there that's not a part of United Way in our Tri-County area and would like to take part, they can contact either Kenny Fogel or John G. Mattingly, who work there, or they can contact you to get information, right?
Absolutely. We'll be very happy to help them with that.
But also individuals are able to give donations for this campaign as well. Now, how long does this campaign run?
We're running this through November, so that's our big push. I think we'll have some things set up at the local festivals. We're going around. We've had a couple things in Marion County, 2 things here in Bardstown. We're working on an event in Washington County because all of the money will go together, and then they will decide within the 3 counties how this money will be distributed.
Again, it's the kickoff for the Tri-County United Way. It's been here at my Old Kentucky Home Country Club in Bardstown. I've been here with Delores Schlosser. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary.
All right, we're here with a United Way kickoff here in Nelson County. We got Coleman Eldridge here with us today. And Coleman, if you may not have, you may recognize that name a little bit. He used to be the executive assistant to the governor when the last governor was in, and now he's out on his own doing some other things. But one of the things that we've got him here for today is to talk about the United Way, because I know, Coleman, you're on the board of directors United Way of Kentucky, aren't you?
I am. I've been fortunate enough to be on the board really for the past 6 years. I came on as a representative of the governor's office, and they were kind enough to keep me on the board after I left. But it's just such an important organization, and the reach that it has across our Commonwealth and the good work that it does, it's something I'm passionate about, and I'm so thankful to be a part of.
I want to ask you a little personal question here, because I've looked over your resume, and it's one of those resumes that you would think you'd see that somebody like yourself on in New York or some big corporate office somewhere making the big bucks, and you've chosen to go in a different direction. Why is that?
You know, I've been extraordinarily blessed to live in a country and a Commonwealth that has given me enormous opportunity, and especially having grown up in poverty with so many things stacked against you. When you are given that opportunity, the way I was raised and my faith really informs me that when you've been blessed, you have the opportunity and responsibility to give back. And so I've been able to see firsthand the work that still matters in Kentucky to uplift all of our communities. And so long as that work still exists and the need still exists, I just feel convicted to do that work. And it may not pay the most in terms of money or any of this other stuff, but it is fulfilling to be able to change lives one person at a time, one moment at a time, the way that my family's life has been changed through the same kind of kindness and courtesy and people who have similar beliefs.
Well, you give quite an inspirational speech today on basically your own life. And so I guess my thought is for someone that a lot of people are born and they know about stuff. They know about poverty. They know about homelessness. They know about hunger. But to live it, I mean, to actually live it, it has to give you more of a special meaning to someone that's been through it than somebody's just read about it in a magazine.
Well, look, it is. If you have lived through being hungry and wondering where your next meal is going to come from, if you've lived through being homeless, if you've lived through domestic violence and substance abuse issues and all of those other things that the United Way supports, that so many people are living through right now, you know the impact that it's had on you personally, but you also realize, if you're given an opportunity, that you would never want to see someone else go through that. And so so much of what I feel is making sure that my burdens need not be the burdens of others. And where you see the opportunity, the great thing about the work that United Way does, and how I can connect it back to my life, is that when you look at issues of poverty, when you look at issues of eradicating homelessness and things like that, these are battles that we can win. It takes communities coming together. It takes some common sense leadership at all levels of government and in communities, but these are battles that we can win. And so you just have to keep at it, and you have to keep moving it forward, and never take one victory in a battle for a victory in the war until everyone has a standard of living and a standard of life that we can all be proud of.
You've got 2 young children.
I do.
And one of the things I guess you wonder about when you go through a tough life yourself, and you know what it tempered you to become. Do you ever wonder that maybe our children, how do you get that sense of urgency and feeling in your own children that you had to live through yourself, but now they're living a little better life than you did?
Well, they are, and they know they're blessed, and I think my wife and I try to walk a fine line between reminding them of the great opportunities that they have because mom and dad worked hard, got a good education, and had some folks rooting for them along the way, but also the responsibility that they have to really pay it forward and to make sure that they are engaged in their communities, and that again, as I said in my remarks earlier, that they're not looking at their neighbors as others, but instead human beings, children of God. And really, we just try to instill in them a sense of community, that we're all in this together, and where they see suffering, do what they can for as long as they can to really make something good out of bad situations. And it's hard when they're young, but what we've also found is when they're young, they are the most equipped to do those things without even having to be told to do it. And so a lot of it's positive reinforcement for when they do those things, but also letting them know that it's not going to get easier to do those things, but that they are expected to do those things.
Well, today we're celebrating the kickoff of the Tri-County Kentucky United Way, which covers Washington, Marion, and Nelson counties. And I know you've got some special connections just to this central Kentucky area.
Well, about 6 years ago, my wife's grandmother moved here from Nolan Lake, and she's made a great life and a great community here. Her son and his wife and daughter moved here as well. So, my wife's family is slowly moving from Louisville to Bardstown. I think they're making the right choice. And of course, we've got great friends such as yourself and members of the chamber here, and your county judge, your mayor. And so, this is a place that feels and really is a lot like home to us. And we know how to find you without a GPS. You can find us probably on any given Saturday shopping at Kroger or Walmart or the dollar store or downtown. So it's a place that really has welcomed us, and we feel blessed to be considered a small part of the community.
Well, we hope if you give some change, you might decide to move here. But if not, you know where we are, and we hope and we appreciate you stopping in here today. And thank you a lot, and hope you don't be a stranger.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you a lot. Coleman Eldridge here with us for the kickoff of the Tri-County Kentucky United Way here in Bardstown today, but we cover all 3 counties in Lebanon, Springfield, and the Tri-County area. Stick around, a lot more to come on Channel 6 TV.